Today what I want to do, this is a very exciting day. We're actually launching our merchandise, which the team has put a ton of work into. But what I want to do today is, number one, tell you make sure you stick around until the end because we're going to have a giveaway of every piece of merchandise that we have. I'm going to tell you how you can get that. But at the same time, I want to talk to you about two things, which is really the two things that we put on all of our merchandise. A lot of you know who follow me on Instagram and these other things. There's a lot of quotes that I use and things that I say, but we decided to do two things. One was hashtag Hustle Redefined, which you can see right here. And the other one is Embrace the Climb. And I wanted to, before we release this stuff to you guys, just kind of talk about why we use those, what they mean, so that when you're wearing them, you know exactly what it is that you're representing. So hashtag Hustle Redefined, that's a hashtag that you've probably noticed I've been using a lot lately. We're hoping that a lot of you will start using. And what that really comes from is that I think the word hustle has been hijacked in the sense that everybody is so hustle crazy. You've got people waking up in the middle of the night just so they can take a picture of themselves, post it, and then go back to bed so they can prove to people that they're hustling. And it's kind of gotten out of control where everybody's just trying to show how hard they work, show how much they work, how many hours, which really in my mind, all they're doing is showing everybody how little time they're spending with everything else. Because if you're fully hustling at the level that I see online with people doing, it's inevitable that the other areas of your life are suffering. And so I decided to use this thing called hashtag Hustle Redefined, which basically means that hustle applies to all areas of your life, right? If I simply hustled in work and I worked 20 hours a day, my kids, my wife, are probably going to hate my job. And what we're trying to get people to look at with this hashtag Hustle Redefined on all of these different things that we put them on is the idea that hustle has to be in all areas. Do we want you hustling at work? Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, we want you hustling with your family. We want you hustling with your health. I had a situation, I think 2 weeks ago, that really kind of brought this into focus. And my wife was actually talking at talking to all the parents from the school that my kids go to. And I had a keynote the next morning at like 10 a.m., right? And she really wanted me to be there to hear her talk to the parents. But normally I would go in the night before, obviously 10 a.m. keynote, I got to go the night before, get ready, whatever. And I made the decision to stick around, watch her do her speech, ended up going to bed around 11:30 or so, woke up at 1:30, took a 5 a.m. flight, got in at like 8:27, whatever it was. Now, was that fun? Not at all, right? But that to me is an example of hustle redefined. It's hustle in all areas, right? And not just that area. Health. Like, think about it. Is it easy to is it easy to take care of yourself? No. Is it convenient to take care of yourself? No. Does your work suffer when you don't, no matter how much you're hustling? Absolutely. It's not abnormal for me to get up on a Saturday morning, go for a run, come home before my kids or my wife are even up yet, then start making them breakfast because Saturday mornings daddy cooks, and do those kind of things. Why? Because health is another area that requires hustle. And so what we're trying to do with this Hustle Redefined is just get people to understand that, look, it's all areas. It's not just one area. And if it is just one area, what happens is you wake up years from now and you go, well, I neglected my health, I neglected my friends and family, I neglected my hobbies, I neglected all of these other things, and I'm trying to get you to refocus and say, hey, hustle redefined, you want to hustle in all areas, not just one. And so we've got a couple things with that. First one, and then I'm going to talk about Embrace the Climb, is we have these shirts, Hustle Redefined, got the name on the back right there. Here's the cool thing about these shirts. So if you follow me on Instagram or anything like that, I wear these things all the time. And that's not just because I'm trying to promote them. They weren't even for sale. They're legit comfortable. Like, these aren't those like 100% cotton things that you get at Vendor Alley where eventually your kids wear them at night or you wear them to paint. This is like, what is it, a 60-40 blend? Is that what we said? 60-40 blend. Super comfortable. You actually like wearing them. And so we did that on purpose. It's a little bit more expensive for us to do it that way, but we wanted stuff that was actually comfortable for people, that they could wear out normally, they could wear to the gym. The other thing we did was that these are not only, so the shirts that we made, I'm going to talk about the other ones in a little bit, we didn't just make them in men's sizes, we made them in ladies' sizes too, which means they're more tailored. Isn't that what you guys said? They're more tailored to actually fit you, okay? So these are $20, okay? Very cool. You can get them, we need to post, I don't know if we did yet, jaredjamestoday.com/store. Did we already post that? Were we able to pin that? No? Okay, well, it's in the comments. jaredjamestoday.com/store. That's actually live on our site, or you can just go to our website and go to store. It's all there for you. And the other one that I wanted to talk about was this right here, called Embrace the Climb. And Embrace the Climb came from a conversation I had with a guy, I want to say a few months ago, and we were talking about various things, and he asked me a question about getting to the top or something like that, or, you know, the grind, the climb, whatever it was. And I looked at him and I said, I don't commit to the climb because I'm trying to get to the top. I embrace the climb because I love the climb, right? And when I said it, he kind of looked at me and I realized, okay, a phrase is born here. I don't commit to the climb to get to the top. I commit to the climb because I love the climb. And the meaning in that is very simple. We live in a society where we're all trying to get somewhere. We're all trying to get to this. We all have a goal of this or whatever, and that's fine. The problem with that is that you're never there. You're never, because you're always trying to get somewhere else. And I was thinking about this, and you watch that show like with like the American Ninja Warriors, right? And we all think we can get through it, but probably none of us can, right? And so they're doing this thing, and they're just completely exhausting themselves. It's insane. You see them, you see their arms shaking, whatever, and it's all for that ending point where they hit that button, right? And we usually focus on the button. But when you really think about it, the fun in any of that, the struggle in any of that is in the climb. It's in the actual course. It's in the thing that they're actually going on. And so just like that, I think in our everyday lives, we're always so focused on other places we're going or where we're trying to get to or what we're trying to get to or what goal we're trying to, that we're missing the good stuff right now. Like we're missing the fact that once you get to that place, once you hit that buzzer, that's a momentary thing. And that thing doesn't even matter. And it's gone in a second. And it's why so many people get to a certain place and then they kind of go, this is it? This is what I was? Because we've been taught to focus on where you're going. And I'm saying, look, embrace the climb. Embrace, this is what makes everything worth it. What you do every day, the struggle, the conversation, all of that is what ultimately makes everything worth it. And we don't have to get somewhere to be happy. We don't have to need someone else to be fulfilled. We don't have to. You're enough right now. It's not about going after something else. And so that's the point of Embrace the Climb. It's just the idea that when you climb a mountain or you do anything like that, sure, it's cool to get up there, but it's a couple minutes and you get back down. The real fun of it all, the real joy of it all is the actual climb. And so that's what that's about. And we have with that, number one, we have these shirts right here, say Embrace the Climb. Again, we have them in men's sizes like this, and then we also have these in female sizes as well, meant to fit you better, so we've got both of those going for you. We have these Embrace the Climb water bottles, pretty cool. And the idea of this, guys, look, there's water bottles everywhere, right? But you bring this to the gym, you bring it with you wherever you're going. The idea and why I'm trying to tell you what these things actually mean is so that when you look at it, it means something to you. I don't think I'm out of bounds here to say that every one of us, whether it's in the morning, whether it's later at night, we always need some kind of inspiration, some kind of motivation. We don't always operate here, right? Unless you're just some kind of freak, like whatever. Nobody operates here all the time. And just like there are things in your life or things you look at or memories you have or things that you think about that bring you down, if that's true, then the opposite is true as well. You can look at things, you can have certain associations with those things, and they bring you up. And so that's why I wanted to tell you the story behind these things, because I want some of you to be going to the gym or something, look at this thing and go, yeah, embrace the climb. This is what it's about. It's not about the perfect body. It's not about whatever. It's the actual taking care of myself, the actual struggle when you're there. Same thing with the coffee mug, right? I think a lot of you drink coffee, tea, some kind of beverage, whatever you want. It all fits in here. It's nice to be able to take that and go, hey, embrace the climb. Today's a day where I'm actually going to focus on process, not just on result, because as many of you know, if you've been listening to me for any amount of time, we don't always control the result, but we always control the process. And the result is not always what we thought it would be. It doesn't always feel like we thought. It doesn't always, but the process, we're not enjoying enough. And so we want to embrace the climb, not because we're just trying to get to the top, but because we actually love the climb. We love the grind, right? So we have those things for you. We've got the shirts. We even have, okay, if you're operating today and you don't have a pop socket, I think it was last year I had this, and somebody saw it and they're like, what is that? And they were kind of bashing it, like who would do that? And I looked at that person and I said, mark my words, within 18 months, everybody will have this on the back of their phone. And they laughed at me and then whatever. And right now I'm staring at phones with pop sockets on them. All right, they're great. You don't drop your phone, you can set them up. So now we've got your JJ pop sockets, which are kind of cool. Now, when you do, go to jaredjamestoday.com/store. There are a lot of items there. You can buy them individually. You can buy them in bulk. I want you guys thinking not just about yourself. I want you thinking about your team. I want you thinking about your colleagues. I want you thinking about your friends and family. Like, you can all have these things. Like, as a team, wear the shirts. Like, as a team, get these things. Like, don't just think about yourself. Now, we have on the site a bundle where you can buy one of everything and get them all together, and I think you save like 15% or something like that. I think it's 20% that you get by buying everything all together. But what we're also going to do is that we are going to be doing a giveaway. And here's how the giveaway is going to work. For every person that orders today by midnight, not 12:01 a.m., nobody tomorrow is going to qualify. If you order anything today from the store, the jaredjamestoday.com/order, you're going to get put into a drawing, and one person is literally going to win one of everything, okay? So they're going to get this, they're going to get this, they're going to get the pop socket, they're going to get both of the shirts. Am I missing anything else? Is that all the stuff? You're going to get all of that. So what I need you to do is I want you to comment below, depending on where you're watching, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. Comment below with whatever you bought, the multiple things you bought, how many you've got, whatever that happens to be. And then really what I want is for those of you that do purchase, I want to make sure that when you get the stuff in, take a picture, tag me on the platform of your choice, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want to tag me on, and use that hashtag HustleRedefined, because that's something that I'm going to start using on a regular basis, and I'm hoping a lot of you that follow me are going to start using that, okay? So guys, go get it. Post your questions as well. I'll be checking those out throughout the day. I hope you guys enjoy this. Big thanks to my team. They put a ton of work into this. So one of the greatest ways that you can say thank you to them is to actually appreciate them by buying something. All right, guys? Thanks so much. Can't wait to see what you guys order.